Yeah, well, very important to have a good relationship with money, and that's all part of the mindset. So one of the studies I talk about later in the book, and I don't want to be a spoiler here, but there's a few studies, one in particular that talks about how relationships are the most important most important thing in people's lives. And what we may not realize, or what we might fail to realize when understanding that study, is that we have a relationship with everything and everyone in our life. Whether it's the person that you see, in your neighborhood occasionally, you don't have a very deep relationship with them, but you have a relationship with them. Well, a lot of people have this situation with their finances that they have a terrible relationship with them. And there's two things that I think of when I think about bad relationships. One is miscommunication. So there's no understanding of the feeling and situation. So those are the type of people that would just prefer not to look at their finances because they just want to avoid it. And that avoidance mentality is troubling. And then the other one is the one where it's a domination relationship. You never want a relationship. We've all probably been in a relationship before where we're either dominating someone or they're dominating us. And it really feels bad, especially to be the person who has no say in anything. And so if you have a relationship with money where money controls you, you're worried about it constantly. You think, you're making purchases on things that that you probably shouldn't. You're spending money, that maybe you can't afford something, but you buy it anyway. That's an uncomfortable relationship as well. So the psychological aspect of it is about having a healthy relationship with money. And I have a pointer that I'd like to share and how one simple way to help you navigate this. I mean, there's lots of tools, especially in the book, but specifically one that sticks out to me that's been really helpful for people is, if you feel like you're in one of these situations where you have a tough relationship with money, and specifically the dominant one, I always recommend this. If you can prioritize things that are really important in your life, maybe one or two luxuries that you really like that actually bring you joy, spend your money on those. Even if you have a tight budget, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Identify those things within reason, so it's not a Lamborghini or a new house or a jet, but it's something that's within reason that you can, that's reasonably affordable, that you can consistently spend money on, that brings you joy. And the reason is this. I know it might be counterintuitive. You're spending money but if your budget is tight, why would I be telling you to spend more money? Well, the reason why is if you spend your couple dollars or whatever your currency is on that item that actually makes you happy, all of those other things in your life that are distracting you and you're tempted to buy, you're scrolling through Instagram and you see ads and you're tempted to tap on that, or you go to Amazon and they have the one-click buy. All of that stuff has such less impact on your psyche because you're already happy and satisfied. If you have those one or two things that bring you joy, you don't really care about all those other ads and silly things that are enticing you to buy stuff. So believe it or not, one solution to having a healthier relationship with money and your finances is to actually spend on a couple of those priorities.